What type of what was it like growing up in Oklahoma City? I know a little bit about Oklahoma City, but not a whole lot. So just kind of describe the city, the atmosphere, and what it was like growing up in Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma is very diverse, But what a lot of people don't understand is, with Oklahoma being so small, there's a lot of gang violence in Oklahoma. So, you got to watch who you hang with and watch where you go, what colors you wear, just like any other hood and anywhere else. So, yeah, I had to.
Drelan, what influenced you to play basketball? Like, what got you into the sport?
That's a good question. So I was actually playing outside in some slippers.
Oh, wow.
And an AAU coach, I was going into my 8th grade year. An AAU coach was a taxi driver.
Wow.
And he was dropping somebody off on my block.
Okay.
And we were playing on my basketball court that my dad bought me. And I was in flip-flops getting buckets. And I wasn't, obviously I'm 6'7" now, but I wasn't very tall.
Work.
Yeah, I wasn't tall. So I was just this short kid that can dribble and I can dunk. So, he's just like, he gets out the taxi cab and was like, "Yo, where you live at? What's your name?" And I'm like, "Yo, who is you?" Like, we in the hood, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Who is this dude? Like, what do you want?"
Yeah.
I live out here though, and I felt safe because my big brother's on the porch,
Right.
So I'm telling my brother, "Go get mama." Like, mama come outside, he walks on the porch, introduces himself, and I'm back in the street getting buckets again. I ain't even listening to nothing. My mama calls me up and she says, "He want to pick you up tomorrow morning for a game at 9 a.m. You want to play?"
Wow.
And the first thing I said was, "Mama, we can't afford that," because of course, other people have tried to, kids in the neighborhood, like, I pay $100 a month to play on my team. Like, we ain't had that. So
It's tough out there, man. AAU basketball ain't cheap. If you ain't sponsored on an AAU team,
you don't have no backing, no backbone.
hey, it's YMCA.
No cap.
So
never got to play YMCA.
you did it, man. Not
Never.
even 5, 4 years old.
Never.
Straight
I was
into
a
it.
street kid until that man changed my life. Right then and there.
Do you remember the name of the AAU team?
Showtime.
Okay.
I never forget it. I had a couple great players on the team too, and I blended right in.
That's tough.
Drelan, now we all kind of age now.
Yeah.
What advice would you give your younger self or a younger kid right now? Like if a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old came in here right now, it ain't even got to be basketball, life, or it could be basketball, whatever you feel comfortable with. What would you tell him? What would you tell your younger self?
Find out what it is you really want to do and stick with it.
Stick with it.
A lot of people give up and a lot of people quit. I never quit. No matter what I'd have been through, I never quit. And look where I'm in. Look where I am now.
It sounds like for you, based off the upbringing that you said, piggybacking off of that, you feel like basketball definitely kept you off the streets, kept you from doing anything that.
I ain't gonna lie. There were times where I left school and I made a couple bad decisions, but you learn as you go.
Right.
Just so happened I've never had that record to where police pull us over. We have things in the car. They never look at me because I don't have the record.
Right.
They look me up. I'm the college kid. I'm the ball player. So it's like I was just lucky enough to get out of that.
God was just looking out for you.
Blessed.
Nah, man, I think it's backgrounds like that. You have to respect it because as I'm sure, just like I came from suburbs, so even the struggle for me was different. I wasn't always the short guy, but
what'd you say?
I said I wasn't always a short guy. I just stopped growing. but I think we all had different, internal or external struggles, and I think I always respect it when someone makes it from that type of background. I had plenty of AAU teammates that kind of grew up like that. And so I've always been encouraged to see brothers make it out, and so I have to ask, what, when you look at kids that come from those backgrounds, like I think, pretty much what Clear Lane says, like the people that come from those specific backgrounds, like when they have every influence, they have every opportunity to turn their head and go somewhere else. What was the one thing, literally like the one thing you can name that you could say, I can't do this. I got to stick with this basketball? Like
that one influence was my brother.
Okay.
My big brother, even though he was the I guess you can say the thug, misled person in the family, but he made sure I stayed on the right track.
Yeah.
Even when I was messing up, he would, "Hey, what you doing?"
Yeah.
I hear that so many times, not to cut you off, but I hear that so many times, where it's like saying you're from, it's a bad environment,
Yeah.
bad atmosphere, and it's like everybody around you's doing wrong, but they're like, no, not you,
Not you.
not you. You gonna make it. You the one. You the chosen one. And
I
that was
believe
you.
in that. I believe in that. I'm the youngest of 7. I'm the only one to go to college out of the 7. So
Tremendous accomplishment.
different. Yeah.
Drelan, what was your biggest failure? What did you learn from it?
My biggest failure was getting kicked out of Kilgore College.
Kilgore. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember Allen, that whole situation.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna, that's personal, but I remember that whole situation. But it was another.
Allen. Yeah. So
Go ahead.
It's okay. I left Allen because I was going to be redshirted and I was the best player on the team, which Rick.
Yeah.
So I was upset about that. So I just left school. I just like, man, I don't got to be here. I don't care about Coach Shaw. I was mad. I was young though. So
yeah,
it was a decision I chose to make, and I ended up going to Kilgore College in East Texas.
Mm-hmm.
We were the number 3 JUCO in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And, an incident occurred. Well, I forcefully hit someone in the face and I, broke their jaw. And that person is very successful now. And that person grew up in a very rich home. So it was either kick Drelan out of school or Drelan's going to court to fight these rich, Caucasian people. And Coach Albright came right to me and said, hey, I'm sorry. You made a choice and you got to live with it. And at that time, I had, I want to say over 14 high major D1 offers just from one jamboree. Yeah. So I kind of messed that up.
Can
for
you
myself.
name just a couple? I'm just curious.
So the one who was pushing the hardest, it was Ole Miss, Florida State. Who am I missing? Florida State, Ole Miss, Creighton.
And they got the Moody kid too, didn't they?
Moody left. So me and Moody were going together. So that was like the thing. Yeah.
Not to cut you off,
but that's my guy.
Not to cut you off, but I just have a connection with that. I went to Panola. So I played against him.
Yeah.
Dude is a beast. Dude is a beast, man. And he hops. Oh my gosh. I mean, and I'm not just like, I'm talking about with force.
So if you went to Panola that year and played against Moody, that was the same year I was there. You just played second half of the season. I left in December before we played y'all. Same conference. So we would have played again. We'd have had a chance to link again.
Yeah.
But I made that
decision.
decision.
You know what? As I'm thinking about it, I do remember your name coming up with Kilgore.
Yeah.
But obviously I didn't see you.
I was number 33.
It's like, Jordan, man, that's crazy. Bro, and that team was already good without you. So just imagine.
Yeah. I was actually a starter on that team. Caleb Wright, that went to Miami of Ohio.
Yeah.
I actually was starting over him. So when I got kicked out, of course, me and him were still close, but I was like, you always got what you wanted. So you got your starting spot now. So he was happy. Decisions,
guys. It's unfortunate. A lot of young people make wrong decisions and they can't. It's usually it costs you a lifetime.
Yeah.
But fortunately for you, you learned from it and you moved on.